Amables amigos, welcome back. It is your favorite Mark podcasters on your favorite Mark podcast, the Undisputed Kingdom podcast. This is your favorite Adam Cole fan, Super Liger, and your favorite Roderick Strong aficionado, Foos. How y'all doing today?
Boom! Oh, that might have been a Costco, guys, but you get it.
You know, it's our favorite Bobby Fish fan, Floke, is not joining us today, but you know, that's okay. Scheduling issues, but we are back. Did not come on last week when we should have. As you may be aware, last week we were going to have our first special guest, our good buddy Robert Martyr, but scheduling issues came up. A lot of it my fault, so I'm going to take the blame on that one for sure. Been a busy 2 weeks. In terms of IRL job, like, you know, outside of Club Lucha, we do have IRL jobs. Club Lucha's, you know, it's a vanity project. You know, it's not a. we're not employees of Club Lucha or anything. They're not. Club Lucha's not putting food on the table yet, but
not yet.
Maybe one day we're going to. When all the other Mark podcasts are gone, we will remain. So
we're the cockroaches.
Yeah, no matter what. And we may be gone, you know, a few weeks at a time. You may be wondering, dang, where are those guys? But, you know, we're here. It's just, you know, tumultuous time for many, and just a busy season for, you know, IRL work. So it's all fine and dandy, though. Talking with Robert, we will reschedule. Definitely getting him on the pod. And again, like I said, this year, the year of Club Lucha, we are going to be pushing for a lot more interviews, a lot more in-person content, stuff like that as well. So keep an eye out, keep an ear out. It's not over. It's not over till we say it is. So back on the topic of what we were talking about, though, we're not with our good buddy Folk today because, again, scheduling conflicts. He said he was watching Bobby Fish matches, and we were like, oh, man.
You know, I saw this dude on Twitter yesterday said, growing up is realizing Bobby Fish is the second best member of the Undisputed Era. I was like, better than Adam Cole for sure, but better than Kyle O'Reilly, man? I don't know.
You know something crazy?
What's that?
My ass has never watched a Bobby Fish match.
That's awesome.
Look, I was not watching no damn Undisputed Era NXT.
No. He had some good stuff in Ring of Honor, but I'm not going to tell you to go watch it.
I believe it. Look, I might have to get that Honor Club subscription here because, I mean, let's just lead off with this big news. So, over the past week, maybe, when was this? Like 2 or 3 days ago? 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Maybe Thursday night or Friday morning. It was announced, actually, by ROH that they would be bringing in some CMLL guys. And this time, slightly different CMLL guys, and not just any slightly different CMLL guys, some of the best guys that they have not brought over, they brought over for the Saturday ROH tapings. And that is, they brought over Fuego, they brought over Barbaro Cavernario, they brought over Soberano Jr., Hechicero came back, and who was the other técnico that they brought over?
Oh, God. Who did you say?
I said Fuego, and then I gave the 3 Rudos, and then they had Sammy Guevara teamed with them.
Oh, shit. Who was it? My mind just says Atlantis Jr.
My mind
but I don't think it was.
No, I don't. No. Because Atlantis Jr. was in Coliseo last night. It was Dark Panther, my goat, of course.
Oh, my God.
So that's taped for Collision alongside Commander versus Lee Johnson for the ROH television title. So I think we've previously talked about it on this podcast before, actually praying, hoping, pleading with Tony Khan. Tony Khan, if you're listening, we acknowledge you and we appreciate you for making these 2 bookings, 3 bookings, really, 4 bookings, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, at the last minute, too.
Yeah, just shooting from the hip. Dark Panther, Fuego, Barbaro Cavernario, Soberano Jr., and Hechicero. Great Great, great guys to bring in. Certainly have piqued my interest. I love seeing all of these guys in CMLL, and I'm interested in seeing how they're featured in ROH, and hopefully maybe given a little storyline or something, you know?
Yeah, hopefully. I don't have high hopes for it, but I'll take this.
You know, we're being realistic with ourselves here in that, you know, it is it's like the same thing with WWE and Penta, in that they're showcasing him a lot right now, but let's see where the future goes with this, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of steam for Penta in the WWE from what I've seen. I'm not tuning in weekly, but I am following to see, you know, any developments that are happening, see what they're doing.
Yeah, he had a good showing at that Royal Rumble they got over there.
Yeah, they said he lasted like 40 minutes, maybe.
Yeah,
He's the longest guy.
He looked great with Roman Reigns. They were doing their
their patented tag team.
Yeah, that's.
He was hitting that. It was like the Último Guerrero.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Last Guerrero. Shit, yeah, that's awesome.
Penta went in the locker room. He went to Roman Reigns' locker room. He pulled up the CMLL YouTube page. He found a Guerrero's Laguneros match. And he was like, "Check this out. Watch this."
Yeah, I paid $40 a month for this. Check it
out. Oh man, you see this place? Yeah, I was there a few times. But good for him. I've been seeing he's had some of the highest selling merch as well.
Yeah.
You know, good stuff for him.
Get your bag, Penta.
Exactly. I saw them teasing a match with him and Braun Breaker. I don't know what that would look like, but you know,
might look cool.
It probably, you know, from what I've heard, Braun Breaker's another talent who's like really, really good. He's really young too, explosive, powerful, all that. You know, tribalism is fun, but we legitimately, when we do tribalism out here, it's in good fun. You know, we're having a laugh. We can acknowledge that there are some really, really good talents in the WWE. We may not be watching weekly, but we can acknowledge, you know, it might not be for us, the style not completely for us, but you know.
Yeah, Braun Breaker did one of my favorite things a wrestler can do, and that's injure a minor celebrity.
Oh,
in I Show Speed.
Oh man, yeah, that was a pretty awesome clip. He hit him like
he cooked him crazy.
Never stood a chance. But from what I was reading, I was on the timeline last night trying to find people who were at that Collision ROH show, and yeah, they were saying it was great stuff. That the CML guys look good, and my ass was watching Collision last night. Actually,
I caught up this morning on the appropriate stuff, the Luchadors and Harley Cameron.
Hey, my goat Harley Graham.
That Brian Keith Bandito match was insane. That was really good stuff.
Oh my god, it was. Look, the whole reason I made an appointment to watch Collision last night, because usually, you know, if they're not booking something that I don't really care for, that I'm not really gonna watch, right? Like I'm just gonna okay. I watched last week because I read a spoiler that Roosh was back, and I was like, well, okay. And I also saw they booked Mortos for a match too. He had a squash last week, and then Roosh came back, and you know, pretty cool. And then this week I was like, well, also Bandito came back. When did he come back on Dynamite, or he came back on?
Yeah, it was Dynamite. I think it was this last week or something like that.
When he originally came back, it was at World's End?
Final Battle, Ring of Honor.
Final Battle, yep. He came in, he kind of hit really hard on a drop kick, a springboard drop kick, concussed.
Yeah.
And that kind of put him on ice for, I don't know, how long ago was that? Like a month?
A month and a little bit, yeah.
He's back now. Looks amazing. That injury he picked up at Final Battle, I am 100% just putting that on. Like, you know, he was charged up, and I think he was maybe just he underestimated his own explosiveness, his own strength, because he got really high up on that, and then
the adrenaline was going.
Yeah, he must have been so excited, and I honestly would be so excited too, because he came back in that match with Brian Keith last night, He looked fantastic.
Yeah, I was really worried. Like, you come back. They said he was out for like 600 or something days from that wrist injury. And then you come back, you're hurt right away. You get a concussion. And I got to imagine, like, the mind tricks that plays on you has to be insane. Like, oh man, am I like, do I have it anymore kind of
Am I
stuff? And then
washed?
he
Am I
faces
cooked?
exactly. And then this match with Brian Keith was so good. The standoff that they had, like, if that was anyone else in another company, I wouldn't like that. But these two guys are awesome. If that was, let me throw two names out here.
Oh man,
it was Carmelo Hayes.
Oh man,
and Dragunov. I wouldn't like it.
Hey, I think. Well, you're a bit off on the first name. I think it was Trick Williams and
man.
Ilja Dragunov. But
I don't watch like that. I'm sorry.
Oh man, he's cooked. Anyways, I did see somebody saying that they were like, oh well, Ilja and Trick Williams did this spot, and it's like, yeah, but they're not cowboys. Like, so the context I think really matters, just because like a lot of times people say, well, they did this spot here and they did this spot here. It's not like that amazing. Somebody already did it, right? But you have to look at it like situation by situation a lot of times. In that, in this situation, both of these characters are Western themed characters, right? Bandito, the most wanted, against the bounty hunter, Brian Keith, right? They're having this super intense match, hitting all these amazing moves, very emotional, very electric. The crowd is loving it. They find themselves both down in the middle of the ring, back to back. They get up, they kind of look at each other in acknowledgement, and then they do 5 paces, turn and shoot, drop kicks. Ooh, it was incredible.
Yeah, it's like if Kyle Fletcher went and banged his chest like Barbaro Cavernario, that shit's not hitting the same.
Exactly, because he's not a caveman.
You got to play in your lane, man. Barbaro can't do Australian stuff, so it goes both ways.
Exactly. If Kenny Omega started raising the roof like Último Guerrero just randomly,
all right, hold on now. Hold on.
I'd be like, well, I mean, first off, I'd be like, Último Guerrero about to come out, but if he didn't come out,
that's a dream match right there. Let's go.
Hey, I fantasy book Kenny Omega and Último Guerrero if he goes to Arena Mexico. Like, that's just good booking, brother.
Yeah.
Último Guerrero can eat the loss, you know? It's not going to hurt him. He's going to look great either way. But yeah, it's like context, and in that situation, some people were like, oh, this is dorky. I don't give a damn what you think, honestly. I liked it.
Yeah, like, bro, you're watching wrestling.
Come on.
Dorky is just kind of inherent at this point.
Exactly. And the thing is, yeah, some stuff can be like, sometimes there's a difference between something being dorky and guys looking like dorks. I guess if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's more poetic than I think even you think right there, man. That's sick.
Like, you know, it's a suspension of disbelief, and that's the entire. I think that's the entire medium. You have to be able to suspend your disbelief. You're here to be entertained, and if they can keep you there, then, like, you know, they're doing their job. But if at some point you're like, okay, well, you know, if it ever gets to the point where your disbelief, like, you can't suspend it anymore, in that situation you can. These are two cowboys, right? But
yeah,
it's like case by case. But yeah, incredible match, and honestly, just an incredible stretch of programming, because it went Bandito return, match against Brian Keith, Rush, Mortos, Dualistico come out, squash like some enhancement talent, beat them up pretty hard, which to me, that entire segment kind of felt like it didn't feel wink wink nudge nudge, but it did feel like like, you know, because the dirt sheets were reporting they got suspended for being too rough with enhancement talent, and then they kind of turned that into like a post-match story there. They start beating up the talent a little too hard. Commander, protector of the enhancement talent, comes out.
Yeah, that used to be him.
And he comes out, he tries to stop them. He puts in a good effort. It's not enough. The numbers are there, right? And then we get that vignette, hologram in his alternate world. He's out, you know, I don't know. in a hoodie doing something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like Watchdogs.
Yeah, he's just like his casual wear. He opens his portal, upgrade complete. He comes out. One thing I didn't like, and I hope it was just a one-off type of thing. That blue seed car lighting. We don't need that.
Yeah.
Cool for the return. I hope it doesn't come back for like.
That better not be the upgrade. We got to check the patch notes to make sure that's not in there.
Take that bug out. But he did come back. Looked great. New gear. The gray is gone. Replaced with a blue. So it's like a blue green. Very Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, go Hawks.
And he comes out. He kicks the shoes off Jalistico. Does like a pop-up stomp. I think it was supposed to be a pop-up drop kick.
Yeah, dude, he Goomba stomped his ass.
That
was awesome.
High. Yeah, he got up really high on that. Made the adjustment, stomped Roosh out, and then hit his like really what kind of Rana would you call that, honestly?
Yeah, I don't know. The hologram Rana.
The hologram. It's kind of like a Mascarita Dorada Rana, where he just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah.
Tons of rotations, or like a Volador Junior, where like he just goes. And drops Mortos, and then they do a cool hologram commander pose in the middle of the ring. And then the thing is, like, this segment just kept going too, which I was like, okay, what's gonna happen next? And
there were layers to it.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, LFI, and then commander, and then hologram, and then commander and hologram drag Jalistico and Mortos to the back, which I thought was kind of interesting, because I was like, I thought that now maybe hologram would be matched up with Roosh, but maybe not, because Roosh stays in the ring. Hologram, those four leave. Roosh stays in the ring, obviously frustrated, starts beating up refs.
Yeah, dude, he had Paul Turner with that headbutt.
Yeah, starts
that
beating
was awesome.
Refs crazy. And then after that kind of ends the segment, and it was awesome, honestly. Like, I don't have any real complaints other than, I mean, I don't need to see the lighting again, but
yeah, I'm always surprised at how much Roosh is over. Like, he can vanish for months, come back, and then the fans are just going Roosh, and then like they're even hitting the like, you mess with the bull, you get the horns, like call and response a little bit.
Look, that's the power of a good catchphrase, of a good chant. Like,
yeah.
Hey, the Yeet man, he's shown a new light to a lot of people.
Yeah, it doesn't take much.
If you get a catchphrase, you get that catchphrase over, you're halfway there.
You're winning a Rumble, yeah.
Yeah, the second half is, in the ring, and well, but not bad at all. Great segment there in Collision, and I will give props where props is due. I was tuned into most of Collision. I did have it pulled up streaming, and most of it, was pretty good. So whoever was booking it, like, they kept it really simple. It wasn't a lot of and like always, these Texas crowds are really good, man. Like,
oh, dude, they should run Texas a lot more than they do.
Yeah.
Like, oh, should we get ahead of the hypocrisy before we potentially get called out for it about all the luchadors being in one segment?
I didn't even realize that was going to be
versus the LWO and what's Santos's group called?
The Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
If this continues, then we got a problem.
Yeah,
being a thing right now, I think that's okay.
I think if this is like their only, for like the entire year, if this is like their only storyline, maybe we can start talking.
Yeah.
It's a bit early, because I will say this. I did give the LWO and Legado del Fantasma, I gave that entire storyline a lot. And I was not sour on that at all until WrestleMania last year.
I mean, yeah. And like, good luchadors wrestling good luchadors. That's good. That's like net good. But if that's all they got, then
if it starts getting stale, if they overstay it, if they use it for a celebrity thing,
Yeah.
let's have a chat. But it's one of those things where it's not an immediate thing. It's how does it play out? It's never. The thing is, it's never like an immediate like, oh, you only book luchadors with luchadors. Oh, you only book people of one race with one race. That's never the issue until it's like that's all you do, right? Hologram has been booked crazy with the Beast Mortos. I see that, and I will say, it's not gotten stale to me. Maybe some people it has. That's okay. If that's your opinion, that's fine. To me, I think they work really well really well together. And it's more of like a rivalry in that sense to me. People are gonna dog me for saying this maybe, but it's like a race psychosis, like
No, that's you. Like Hologram is somebody that needs like a really good base, to make him look the best. And
Mortos is like
what is
the
Mortos? Like the best base. So that's just smart, but.
Yeah, which I will say, this does tie into something else I think we've talked about before. Like we get more of like, and then maybe this is like wishful thinking, but if like more higher up people on the card in AEW, like could show me their base gods, like they're basing like crazy, then that would be a net positive for everybody, because then you can have all these like incredible guys like working like Mox or like well, I think Omega would be really good against Hologram.
Oh yeah, his Vikingo matches or anything to go off of.
So we'll see where it goes. There's a lot of potential matchups, and if we don't get a lot of them this year, if we get a few, I'll be happy. But if the entire year is just like Hologram Mortos only, let's see where the storyline goes. Let's see where all that happens.
Right.
But again, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, just like I give, and I try my best to be, let's see where this goes. And I did, for a lot of things that I criticize now, I gave it a lot of time. I gave them a lot of time to show me something, and then they just don't. So it's going to be the same with this. If they don't show me something in time, then all right. There's going to be some CMLL guys on the Tuesday Dynamite too, I believe, right?
Dynamite's on Tuesday?
I think Dynamite's taped this week, right?
Shit, I don't know. I guess they're going to Australia, right?
Yeah. It's taped on Tuesday this year, because next Saturday is Collision and Grand Slam, which
big match for you.
Hey, my Go Harley Graham. The Harley segment was good. Look, unironically, I have been enjoying Harley Monet. They've been building that really well. It's just been really simple. Monet is like leaning into heelish things more and really better.
Yeah.
A lot of it is like you're supposed to feel bad for Harley Cameron, and like you kind of do, because she's just like with that little puppet, and Mercedes is just dogging her, and the puppet is very entertaining. I like the little puppet. But yeah, it's like a little silly thing, and like they're very good at building sympathy and backing for Harley Cameron.
Yeah, I had to skip the singing parts of that segment because anyone singing, it just makes my skin crawl.
I'm not the biggest singing fans, but I can understand. I can empathize with that. Thunder Rosa and Penelope Ford. I think Thunder Rosa's first, or Megan Bain's first opponent will be Thunder Rosa. Did she win?
That'll be cool.
She beat Penelope Ford, right?
I think so. I didn't watch it, but I would just.
Oh man,
I hope so.
I took a break from watching. I think I was playing something or doing something. Maybe I was working on an edit or something. But on Cage, they're brutalizing this match on Cage Bench. Good Lord, I didn't think it was horrible. The 5-5-3. All right. I did not see the Mariah. I didn't even know Mariah May wrestled last night. That must have been. No. I was not tuned in. I was not really tuned in for the Dustin Rhodes Izzy James match either. Now that I'm looking at this, interesting. Anyways, Bandito stuff was good. L5 stuff was good. Hologram stuff was good. Commander stuff was good. And the Kyle Fletcher stuff was pretty good too.
Yeah. CML alumni,
Yeah.
Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe. Good match.
Look, I'm just going to say it like this. Everything started turning for Kyle Fletcher when he wrestled Atlantis Jr. the second time, because that was a really good match.
Yeah. You know, I think you could even say the first one was a learning experience in Arena Mexico. That, you know, that shit doesn't fly, brother. You got to change it up. You can't just move like that.
I mean, he's doing good. He's doing good. But yeah, that's the review for Lucha Collision, episode 80, February 8th, 2025. In other news, actually, there's a lot of other stuff that's going to tie back. One thing I wanted to mention was how last night CMLL had people on their show in Arena Coliseo. They sent people to MLW, Místico and Máscara Dorada against Templario and Esfinge. I have heard that match was pretty good. I've not looked too much for it, but from people who I follow, they were saying, yeah, it was pretty good. So I'm going to give them that as well. I think it must have been first too, honestly. Yeah, it was first on the card.
Damn.
They went 13 minutes. And Templario and Místico are going to have a match now for that MLW middleweight title in LA, I believe. So, good for them.
Okay.
Obviously, the contingent that they sent for ROH, they sent all of them out. And then just looking at the Coliseo card, it still ended up looking pretty good, even with all these people missing out on partner promotions. So I just wanted to make a quick acknowledgement that, yeah, this roster, some people might compare it to the 2008 WWE roster. Is so stacked.
No way, dude. Oh my god.
Oh, quick, dude. Who would you say is the bald Randy Orton of CMLL today?
Right? Oh, that's a great question. Honestly, like at this moment, it's feeling like Zandokan's kind of at that territory. He's kind of he's healing it up like crazy. He had some good antics on Friday. Great match on Saturday.
I have heard that. Honestly, I heard that they were throwing money in the ring.
They were throwing money in the ring. They had to hop on the PA and tell him to stop.
And for those unaware, most of you listening will probably already know this, but traditionally when they're throwing money in the ring, they're doing it because the match was really, really good. CMLL discourages it now. It used to be like pretty common, but I don't think CMLL allows it anymore. They should just pass around like a tip jar. Or they should put like a tip jar at the end of the like by the barricade. You can just throw your money in there.
Like at church.
Yeah. Look, that'd be awesome. You pass around the tip jar the rest of the show.
But yeah, that match was really good yesterday. Flip, he's going by Dragon Legendario now.
Yeah. Dragon Legendario now. Yeah, that's crazy.
Star Junior against Barbosa Defunto Zandokan. Yeah, sick ass match. Some really good mask grips going on too. Zandokan's like whole face was out yesterday.
I was just gonna say the build up for Homenaje a dos Leyendas has been pretty solid, I think, especially on the Sandokan Star Junior sign. It was like officially, I guess, like announced. That's what they're doing. It's gonna be like a tag team match actually. So it's gonna be the way it works is Esfinge and Valiente are gonna be on one team. Sandokan and Star Junior are gonna be on one team. The team that wins goes on to have a one-on-one match, hair versus or mask versus mask, since everybody has masks, right? So a mask is falling at Homenaje a dos Leyendas.
I can't wait.
The reason it's the winners go forth and not the losers, because this is like an honor, right? Like to wager your mask at a big show in Arena Mexico, like the Aniversario or Homenaje a dos Leyendas, that is like a privilege, right? And that's something that like you want your name in the history books. And that's something I actually really like, because it makes it feel like more of a big deal.
Right. Yeah.
Ultimately, who do you think is going to lose it? Because I have in mind who I think is going to lose it for sure. I want to hear what you think.
Them running Valiente again, and like we kind of thought he would have maybe lost it at Aniversario this last year, and then him being in it again makes me feel like it might be him. But with the way the momentum's going, I feel like the final two has to be Sandokan and Star Jr. with Star Jr. losing.
Look, I'm going to say something, and look, Esfinge needs to turn it up. If he wants that mask, he needs to turn it up like 5 degrees.
That's
right?
all he's got.
He needs to dig deep.
This.
Somebody needs to sit him down and say, brother, we're putting it on a tee for you here, and you need to hit it out of the park, right? I don't hate. Look, our Esfinge, our most critical member of this podcast of Esfinge, is not here today, so I'm giving him the shine here, right? He can do it, but he needs to turn it up because, like you said, Sandokan Star Jr. is leaving the other rivalry in the dust right now.
Yeah,
like Star Jr. is showing a lot more fire than his Esfinge. Like Sandokan will beat the absolute dirt off of Star Jr. and then Star Jr. still is showing a lot of fire, right?
Yeah.
Valiente beats the dirt off Esfinge, and I'm just like, come on, Esfinge, get up, man, get up.
That was the Aniversario stuff too. Esfinge just got kicked in the nuts like for months, and then he was eliminated first in that 4-way match.
Like, he needs to step it up because I do think it will probably be Valiente. Because, like you said, Valiente, and it would be kind of funny though if it's just like another herring. Valiente just keeps it again.
Yeah.
And then this year at the Aniversario, they just straight up do Esfinge Valiente.
The offer gets bigger.
But Esfinge needs to turn it up.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. I'll agree. As Esfinge's biggest defender, I can agree with that.
They're also, Templario and Volador Jr., they're having a bit of a issue as well right now. Having some problems with each other. I thought their match on Friday, Valiente, Volador Jr., Sandokan Jr. against Esfinge, Star Jr., Templario, I thought it was a good match. I thought it was short, only 2 falls, but I thought it was really good.
I like that fake foul that Sandokan was drawing.
That's so real. Like, Sandokan is really good at being a rudo. Like, I hate to say it like this. I hate it. He could probably do really good still without his mask.
He could, but I don't know. Rolling around with his boys that have masks, he would just look so out of place, especially as kind of like the de facto leader.
Yeah. Barbosa and Difunto too, yeah.
Yeah, he's got to get a little older, like imagine if Ultimo Guerrero lost it like 10 years before he lost it.
Yeah. Well, Rey Bucanero lost it pretty early. And he still had a really, really good run, but yeah, like you said, it would be cooler to see him keep it. But then also, like, Star Jr., I don't know what he would be like without a mask. He might be cooked if he loses his mask.
If he's not, like, good looking, he's finished because he's got the great hair. So he's got a lot of the pieces of the puzzle ready.
Whoever loses it,
important part.
Here's the thing. Whoever loses it has to be very charismatic under there or very handsome. Because if not, brother, you're cooked.
Yeah.
Some more CMLL. They had an amazing week, like I said earlier. On Tuesday, they ran Reyes del Aire, which is one of their tournaments. It's like a high flyer tournament. Last year, Místico won. This year, we had a new winner. Old boy Neon, right?
Yeah, I thought team on top.
Yeah, I thought that match was really good.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable. Wow, I actually did not see this yesterday. Oh, Big Dave gave it 4.5.
4.5.
That's
Uncle Dave, man. That's a 5.5-star match.
Yeah. I mean, the Arena Mexico attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good stuff. Like, that was a good show. They've had really, really, I mean, the Bárbaro Cavernario Difunto stuff was pretty good too. No real complaints from me. Yeah.
No, super solid week.
They're firing crazy right now. I mean, when CMLL's at their peak like this, I mean, this wasn't even like the Tuesday show, the Reyes del Aire. It was like, kind of felt like vets versus kind of rookies at some point, you know?
Yeah.
Vets versus younger guys. Because, you know, Místico, Stuka Jr., Templario Titan, Dragón Rojo Jr., but then or Ángel de Oro, and then you had like Neon, Max Star, Brillante Jr., Capitán Suicida, Futuro, Valiente Jr. Valiente Jr. looked great too, by the way.
Yeah.
So, and that went like 39 minutes.
Those matches fly by.
Yeah.
They're incredible stuff.
I wonder if CMLL has ever asked AEW if they want to try a Cibernetico. Like, it would eat up a lot of TV time, but I think maybe on a pay-per-view or like you know.
They're pretty like open to weird match concepts. So I feel like it could fly over there. Yeah. Like,
you would have to do like
gauntlet matches and stuff. So I think this could work.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. This one at 12. They could probably do 5-5.
Yeah.
And it would be like, maybe you could probably do 5-5 and 30. 5-5 and 35 minutes. Like, it's very possible. I mean, the roster's big enough too that they don't need to be factions versus factions. Half of the fun. Some people really don't like the Battle Royal at the start.
Yeah.
But
proceeding.
Yeah. But sometimes it does lead to like some pretty interesting team ups. Like, it's not all just like faces versus heels sometimes, like, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, in this one, like, Neon was against Místico at one point, right? Like,
yes,
I remember
yeah, you like to see like, guys in the same stable go at it a little bit.
Yeah, all in the name of, you know, competition, winning the tournament, right?
Oh, dude, there's nothing more in wrestling I love than a random tournament.
God, and the thing is, it's a 1 week. Like, this one was, you can do it just like this, 1 week tournament, right?
Yeah. Yeah, congrats, Neon. You won a tournament. All right, sick. On to the next one. Let's go.
Keep pushing. I mean, they should do the next. I mean, they could just make one, honestly. It doesn't have to be main eventers. They don't want to. They want to get a bunch of mid-card guys and just, you know.
Dude, oh my God. Imagine if, like, AEW could just rip this off, like, and just have it, like, King of the High Flyers.
Oh, my God.
And you just have all your, like, yeah, it writes itself.
We're glazing AEW crazy right now. Flo could be so mad right now.
Yeah. Yo, shout out Mystico real quick. Too.
Yeah. He looked like a god on Friday, bro. His entrance.
Dude. Ice cold. He's rocking the Lakers gear.
Yeah. Like the Lakers shorts like Fresero Jr. That was crazy. For everyone who may have missed it, Thursday, Soups, Floke, and I did a LA Park stream where we watched like 6 LA Park matches, maybe 7, I don't remember. And I had a list, and we went through all of them. And then we also watched, what did we watch in the middle? It was like a really short one.
Damien's
versus
Naniwa.
Yeah. And then at the end, Floke was like, I got one for y'all. And this man,
we doubted him.
He pulled out a 30-minute Fresero Jr. versus La Familia Real match, like LA Park and his whole family. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was like, "This man's gonna make us watch," because the video was like an hour long.
Yeah,
I was like, "He's gonna make us watch this hour-long match." But honestly, it had some fun moments in it.
I was getting ready to disassociate, and then they brought up the Suavecito cam, and I was locked in.
Yeah, so. If you're interested, we're going to try and run that Thursdays. We're letting you know now on the podcast if you're listening. Thursday evenings, the Club Lucha Twitch stream, we'll be watching some matches. Maybe we'll play some games sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Depends on
the AAA game.
Oh, man. They got to make a new... Look, CMLL needs to call somebody and make a really good game. They don't got it in them, honestly. I don't think.
Now, on the topic of Floke and him not being here, this fool said on Thursday that it doesn't hurt.
Look,
and I'm still recovering from that.
Look, I'm gonna say it like this: Floke would say that until like I said, he would just be standing there, and then he'd wake up. It'd just go black, and he'd wake up, and his arm would be hurting so bad it'd be a dislocated shoulder. And also, I mean, you got to think as well. It's not just it's the impact, right? It's like when you go down, like, you're hitting your face, you're hitting your whole body on the ground at the same time. You're getting your arm tore out of its socket, right? You're gonna tell me a Fujiwara arm bar? It's basically a spinning Fujiwara arm bar, right?
Yeah. He's slamming you shoulder first into the mat, and then he starts cranking on it.
It's like it's like Blue Panther's finish, but with a crazy spin, more momentum, right? Like, come on, man, we're cooking Floke today. Well, your first mistake was having plans.
This was something that Floke brought up, and I mean this in like not a negative light, but he was bringing up for La Catalina potentially being on Fraud Watch.
Oh, he was right.
What did you think about her match with Persephone on Friday?
I thought it was really good. I think that she took herself off of Fraud Watch, and it makes me look back at that match with Deonna Purrazzo and be like, don't bring back Deonna Purrazzo.
Oh yeah. She must be in the Discord or something. She must have saw that message and went, damn, I gotta ball out here.
I gotta lock in. That Friday show was really good. The CMLL Friday show, yeah.
I was like, I saw Atlantis and Blue Panther, and I'm like, this could go one of two ways. And it went the perfect way of just old dudes exhibition for 10 minutes.
It looked great. Like, everything. The only two things that didn't hit for me, match 1 and match 2. Match 1, just because, I mean, I like Aloma and Infarto, but like, I don't know, maybe there's some issues there. It didn't go as perfect as I thought it could have. Right? It didn't really go super well.
Match Not hyping for an opening match.
Yeah, and then match 2, I think Espiritu Negro got hurt, right?
Yeah, he's looked off a little bit the last, like, I want to say like month, not consecutively, but at times he just hasn't looked 100%.
He's got hurt a few times before too. Now that I think about it, like, they stretch him out. This is not like the first time they've done this for him, but I don't know. Maybe take some time, heal up, and come back. But when the first 2 matches were off to a shaky start, and then it was Catalina versus Persephone, I was like, I said, but after that, like the next 4 matches, all good.
Yeah.
All good.
Atlanta's Blue Panther. You remember that Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. fight from like Pandemic 2020?
No.
That shit. I mean, they're both in like their 50s. It was exactly like that. Just it was an unk brawl basically, and I like Atlantis had him in the submission at the end. Edgar calls for the draw, and he's not breaking the submission after the time limit.
They had to untangle them there, and that was crazy.
Yeah, and Atlantis would just crank it every now and then.
Mm-hmm. It started off slow, but it built really well. They're not, super workers anymore, but in that they're not like, going spot to spot, but they can juice stuff pretty well, and they
got the crowd going at the end there.
They definitely can still get people to buy in. And that's experience too, honestly. That's what, 40, both more than 40 years of experience for both of them. So like,
close to almost
100.
a century's work for both. Yeah.
That's just, they can make it work. And then your main event, Atlantis Jr., Místico and Titan against Bárbaro Cavernario, Hechicero, and Soberano Jr., who also happened to be the crew that went to ROH the next day. They should, honestly, I know they have, like, I know Bárbaro Cavernario has his own stable, but, like, those 3 together, really good.
Weird ass mix, but it works so well. They were, all their, like, tandem offense looked so clean.
Cubs fan Lucha Blog pointed out that they always, whenever they pair together, they do that spot that's Hechicero puts them in that campana, that like hanging submission, right?
Yes.
And then Soberano bounces off the ropes and uses Cavernario for height and momentum to hit him with a leg drop on the back of the head. And it looks so good. It looks so devastating.
Dude, like Teton took that, and I was like, how do you like take that safely? Or are you just like,
Right.
I'm taking this one for the boys here?
How do you take? Because I mean, I imagine it has to be like the back of the knee to the back of the head, so like it's not a ton of.
Yeah, not a lot of impact, but your face is still getting driven into the mat without your hands.
Yeah, and the thing is too, that would really suck is if they misjudged on that and you just got like tailbone to the back of the head. That would crush your dang skull. But it was great. It was great. It's one of those like there's not like these six guys are not building towards like an adversario feud. They're not building towards a title match. They're not building towards something. And I'm gonna have those leyendas here. They're going out and they're having a Friday level high quality trios main event. That's just the bread and butter of CMLL. Really, like they excel so much in these types of matches where it's just the level of a Friday trios, like a main event Friday trios match in CMLL is a cut above like everybody else.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I noticed Teton looked especially game. Like he was going nuts. Like he was hitting those crazy stomps and all that shit. We always joke about him thinking he was in Korakuen Hall or something. He must be getting geared up for Fantastica Mania in a few weeks.
Getting ready. I mean, speaking of Fantastica Mania, they released the schedules and stuff. We can talk about that next week. Because Floke is he probably
He's a
has
big New Japan guy.
Yeah, he's big New Japan. He's huge. He's a huge New Japan guy. He loves the House of Torture.
I think he does, unironically.
He he has Evil top 5 all time.
Oh man.
But we'll definitely talk about that next week. It looks like that New Japan World subscription is about to hit the bank account here soon.
Yeah.
We can talk about a past. Maybe we can do a little flashback of some past matches from Fantastica Mania on next week's show as well when we preview it. So keep an eye out for that. What else do we have?
Should we talk about Mustafa Ali and AAA?
Oh man. AAA is running a show in Tijuana, I guess, here soon, and they put out a teaser of the mystery wrestler that they're gonna have at this show, which they love to do, like a luchador sorpresa, right? Like a surprise wrestler, and they'll black them out on the like the card, and they'll say like this is a surprise, right? When they bring them in. In this show, it's going to be February 15th. This is actually, this is the Mexico City show here. But I am, let's see, scrolling back. I'm trying to find the actual announcement where they said it would happen. There's a lot of these that's just showing what happened yesterday. Alianzas. Okay. No, this is not the show in Tijuana. So he is for the Mexico City show, Gimnasio Olímpico Juan de la Barrera. They put out a teaser of this guy. It's like his silhouette in a dark room. And people took the picture, turned the brightness up all the way on some photo editing apps, and it is Mustafa Ali. So,
That's so funny, man. Like, that's the most AAA 2025 thing you can imagine.
It just kind of blew the surprise there. And there's actually two luchador sorpresas listed on this card. I think most likely, so there's 2 slots he could go in. The first slot is in the semifinal match. It's a trios match between Niño Hamburguesa, El Hijo del Vikingo, and Octagon Jr. against Sansón, Forastero, and Luchador Sorpresa. I don't think it's that one. The
That's
other
the
one,
Chad Gable spot right there.
that is the Chad Gable spot. Oh man, wait a minute. Then the second one is Laredo Kid, and this is for the Cruiserweight Championship, the AAA Cruiserweight title, Laredo Kid versus Luchador Sorpresa. I believe Cubs fan pointed this out as well, so shout out Lucha Blog again, that I think Mustafa Ali and Laredo Kid had a match in TNA already, and this might be like a longer version of that match, or like for the AAA title here. So
okay.
that is probably where that is going. And also, I just don't think that they would bring in Mustafa Ali to team with Sanson and Forastero. That'd be kind of really random.
Yeah, it would.
But what do I know? That Mustafa Ali match happened on January 24th, and it went 5 minutes 42 seconds. So
Man,
I'm
that's a
assuming,
long Laredo Kid match in TNA.
oh man,
Yeah.
TNA don't give them nothing. I have not heard too much about TNA here recently.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that.
I see that their main event for this show was the Nemeth brothers against AJ Francis and Casey Navarro. I don't know. Not rated very highly. I don't know how that went, but
I'm sure you could guess.
I think they're also doing Joe Hendry against Jake Something, which everything I've seen of Jake Something, he looks awesome.
Yeah. You see Joe Hendry in the Royal Rumble lasted like 3 minutes?
Hey, no.
That was crazy.
My ass is not watching no Joe Hendry.
They hyped his ass up. They're like, the TNA World Champion's here. And then I think Roman Reigns threw him out.
Oh, man. Geeked. Oh.
All-time geek.
Like you mentioned, though, I forgot all about that. They're teasing on WWE television that Chad Gable is going to go away and learn, quote, the dark arts of Lucha Libre. I'm going to be honest. There's like 19 luchadores on that WWE roster he could have probably just asked.
Yeah. I think, Cubs also said like he could just go up to Santos and ask him a few questions, I think.
Yeah. Santos, Los Garza
Santos'
are there.
dad.
Yeah. What is really funny though is that again, Cubs fan pointed this out. Shout out Lucha Blog again, third time. And I noticed, I saw this too when he put it out. I went and looked at like the replies to some of the pages that were posting about it, and they were like, Chad Gable going to CMLL? Oh man, I'm gonna let you guys down gently here, but
yeah,
most likely not. In a way, though, it is like Cubs pointed out. It is really funny that they're not like Chad Gable going to AAA. Like, come on, man.
I just had a thought that like gave me a stomach ache, and like if he goes to AAA, does whatever, comes back, and then this dude is gonna hit like a Hurricane Rana, maybe like a TRS and like some arm drags, and then that shit is gonna get clip farmed so bad on Twitter.
They're gonna be like, "Whoa, L Gable is so good."
Oh.
They're gonna be like, "Welcome to La Carne Asada, Chad Gable."
Oh my god!
I'll be like, "Shut the hell up, man!"
I might deactivate from life.
The thing is, he's good. He's already good. You don't need to.
Yeah, I like Chad Gable. He's
not. It's not like he's a shitter who's like, you know. And another thing that I don't know. I just don't really. What if like we're getting swerved here, and it's literally gonna be Laredo Kid versus Chad Gable, and then Mustafa Ali is gonna team with with the Sanson and Forastero. That'd be, you know.
Oh, dude, you might be like, this is some doomer thinking here, but like,
oh, man.
It is Chad Gable against Laredo Kid. He beats him for the title, and then he goes back to WWE with the AAA Cruiserweight Championship,
and that kicks off the AAA WWE Alliance.
Yeah, I doubt it.
I don't think. Yeah, it most likely what's gonna happen is they're gonna like run some vignettes of him like with a yellow filter on, and it's like he's going to Mexico.
Oh man, the Breaking Bad filter.
Yeah, they're gonna just run they're gonna put some Mexican sounding music in the background. He's gonna eat some like tacos and be like, there's gonna be like a funny moment where he has to use the bathroom or something because his stomach hurts.
Oh man.
That would be.
If he is involved in any way with AAA, you know Conan will be on screen for that.
Oh, come on.
No
You're going to
doubt.
hear Eye of the Tiger no less than 4 times.
Yeah.
He's going to come out to that.
As long as Latin Lover stays clear of that, I'll be fine.
Hey, look. Latin Lover's going to call somebody in to stop him. It's going to be like Octagon Jr., and then he's just going to get beat up. Look, when's the last time the faces stood tall in AAA?
2007.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I can't say I'm rooting for a AAA WWE partnership. I just don't see what.
No, it's two things I actively dislike. Joining forces.
What would be gained here, really? Like, you already have Penta, you know, like you're gonna get Phoenix. That's like 2 of AAA's best, that they ever produced in this era. You gonna take Psycho Clown? I don't think they take Psycho Clown. I don't think they take Laredo Kid. I don't think they take.
And if they wanted any of them, they could just take them.
Yeah, they could just be like, you want a contract? Because,
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. So there's no scoops here. We're just speculating. But
not yet. Yeah.
We'll keep it. But this is something we've been talking about for like a year now, though. Like, and if it hasn't come to fruition in a year, is it going to come to fruition this year? Like, the chances, I feel like they just go down the longer it's dragged out,
Yeah, if it doesn't happen by the last Triple Mania show this year, then it's probably not happening.
Yeah, they're cooked. Yeah, who knows? If Flock was here, he'd be talking about IWRG.
Oh man,
he said
they got a show with Daga coming up soon, don't they?
Yeah, he said the last few shows have had some pretty good stuff on them, so I got to lock in there. I got to lock in and watch Coliseo because, like I said, my ass was watching Collision.
No, man.
Don't clip that. That's
good clip.
And then, yeah, but it's been a great week. It's been a great week for Lucha Libre. It's been a great week for CMLL. It's been a good week for AEW. Been a good week for MLW. I don't know. My ass is not really watching. I can't tell.
Howard just paid you to say that.
Look, I'm gonna draft an email. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, man, comp me some seats."
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just about hit everything, right?
Yeah. No, it's gonna be like, this is where we get into the really exciting season, especially for like CMLL. We get Fantastica Mania in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Then H2L's around the corner. And then we're hitting tournaments.
Yeah. Parejas Increíbles. That should be. Oh, actually, I wonder if have they mentioned it? Have they mentioned Parejas Increíbles?
I don't think so.
I have to keep an eye out for that too.
Then we have, what's it called coming up soon? Torneo de Escuelas.
Yeah, Torneo de Escuelas. Coming up like maybe next week, the week after?
Yeah, I think the week after, I think.
Yeah.
18th is the first date of it, which is not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday.
School to watch, Querétaro. A lot of the guys there are training under Rey Cometa. If Flock was here, he would be talking about how much he loves Rey Cometa. So keep that in mind. He is really, really good. And as Flock correctly says, very underrated to people in general. So yeah, keep an eye out. There's going to be some really, really good stuff coming up. We're going to do our best to keep you locked in tune. There's only so much we can watch, so please forgive us if, some of the stuff doesn't make the cut. But then again, each of us, we all watch something a little different sometimes. Flock is watching Speed and TNA and.
Oh man, he's gonna cook us crazy next week.
This week is the freest pass ever, but he's gonna smoke us next week.
Yeah, it's coming back with interest.
We do appreciate everyone for listening. We do appreciate Floke. Brief absence today, but he will be back on the next episode for any Floke super fans. And you know what? It's your turn. I think it's your turn to pick.
Is it? I think it's yours.
No, have
you picked one yet?
Did I pick one?
I don't know.
I thought I picked the last one. Who's the last one?
I think the last one was Lost, wasn't it? I think Floke did.
Floke picked it. Oh, then it is my turn. Yeah, it is my turn.
Oh, man.
All right.
Sorry, Poochie.
Poochie. You know, let me see. I actually had a pick for Aficionado of the Week. I gotta find it in the Discord now. Aficionado. Let's see. My pick for the Aficionado of the Week. Let's see. The last time we talked about it in the Discord was on January 24th. Let's see. Brady wanted a. He was the front runner for a minute, but then somebody came in and upset Brady crazy.
Oh man!
So this was on. Let's see. January 23rd. Forgive me if I'm saying this name wrong. Adamine. They came in. They said, I listened to the Club Lucha podcast and found the link to the Discord on Super Liger's account. And let me tell you, just for that, you are this week's Club Lucha Aficionado of the Week.
Hell yeah.
Místico. Místico. But appreciate you very much for listening. Thank you for jumping in the Discord. That's crazy.
Where are we dropping?
Have you ever heard jopping? You know what jopping is?
No, that sounds disgusting.
It's not freakish or anything.
Okay.
I guess depending on your definition of the word freakish, but it's from a K-pop group called hold on, give me 1 second. Called Super M, which is like a super group of K-pop.
Oh groups. Yes, I remember when that group came out. They were calling them the Avengers of K-pop.
Dude, they're jumping, they're popping, they're jopping, brother.
Oh my god,
it's jumping and popping. So hey, Adamine, thank you for jumping and popping in the Discord. Appreciate your listens for the Club Lucha podcast. We really, really do appreciate everyone for listening. And this week's Aficionado of the Week, Adamine. On the other side of the coin, this week's enemy of the week. I don't know. You want to pick this week, Seuss? I think.
We'll get. Should it be Poochie? Maybe it is.
Poochie. What has Poochie done?
Nah, actually, Poochie's been all right.
Poochie is not committed to me. He has not committed any transgressions against me. I guess I can't in good faith call him the enemy of the week. Let me think. Who?
Since Floke isn't here, it could be Floke.
Could be Floke. Let me think. Who?
Or we've been watching a lot of late aughts AAA. Can it be
Electroshock?
Electroshock. Yeah.
All right. The enemy of the week, because we watched so much, like
too much.
Late 2000s AAA. We listened to this fool. I thought he was German, bro. Like, when I was a kid, I really did think he was German because he came out to do Haas.
That's why you tried to learn it.
I was like, look, that was one of the inspirations. I was in high school taking a German class many years later because I was like, in case Electroshock ever tries to run up on me, in case I ever encounter him, I'd walk up to that fool and be like, ich heiße guten Tag, ich heiße Fuß, ich bin Club Lucha, and he would look at me and he'd say, ¿Qué?
Oh man,
no, I'd be cooked. But yeah, we're gonna give it to Electroshock just because we were watching a lot of his stuff, and weren't really that moved.
No.
Maybe it's just we were in the wrong. Maybe it's just of the time, right?
Yeah, we were expecting a lot more Latin lover.
I mean, Conan could probably go in this one too because we saw him run out like.
That's true, but I think there'll be space for him as we get into Triple Mania season.
Yeah. Also, we do want to share some plans with you guys here. We're thinking maybe we'll do this on Thursday, actually, if you want to. So we could watch a Triple Mania. I just combined the English and Spanish there. I don't know if you guys...
Oh, yeah, there we go. Making bridges.
Yeah, we could combine. We could do a Triple Mania for like an old Triple Mania shows.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know they did one in Japan?
I feel like I had heard that. I have no idea what would even be on the card. When was it?
It was like 2000, maybe.
Okay.
Let me see.
I
was watching it. Actually, I'm going to send you a link. There's a playlist that I'm going to send you of all of the Triple Mania or all the AAA Japan shows. It was Triple Mania 8. It was in 2000. Wow. They ran Korakuen Hall. Wow. Good stuff.
Yeah, I think we should lock in on that one.
Oh, man. Aftermath. It says the rest of the AAA Tour of Japan drew very low attendance figures, drawing only 409 in Nagoya and 507 in Kobe for the next two stops.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Oh, man. They dropped the plans for regular tours. Damn, CMLL dogging them, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I do wonder what CMLL was doing in 2000. You know, the main event for this Triple Mania was Octagon, Jushin Thunder Liger, Latin Lover, and Hector Garza.
Oh my God.
Against Cibernetico, Cima, Abismo Negro, and the enemy of the week, Electroshock.
Oh, man. That's like a great combination of our goats and our ops right there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That match is either great or absolute dog shit.
This is crazy. Yeah. Wow. Anyways, all right. I think this is a good place to wrap it up, though.
Yeah.
So, keep an eye out, keep an ear out. We will be posting. I think I'm going to do like this week in Lucha Libre short post of condensed of what we talked about on here. Hopefully to draw more people who are interested in us talking about these things to the podcast. But yeah, again, we appreciate you all for listening. And until next time, catch you later.
Later.